Where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Mostert hit and he drops the ball. And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes left side. The 30. 10. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That's our ball. Our ball.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Being chased down left, and oh, he coughed it up! And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes right side, the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Santos now to add the PAT. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Brandon Ayuk returning it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And Lance now to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Under pressure, they got him again. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd at SoFi Stadium. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Fields now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, down in Glendale. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Shotgun now for Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 7 yards, the pickup there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Go! Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. Wrap.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Lance. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
At the 43-yard line.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
You got nothing. Let's go. Hey, well, Mike 34. Mike 34. Bring it. Sponge.
Here's Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Check curls. 58, right over there. Yeah. Get him.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And Gold is able to put it through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Fields. He's going to air one out. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Play action. It's Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2nd and 9. To throw is Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard to go here on second down. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now play fake. Lance sliding out of the pocket. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll run on first down. Mitchell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Eight yards to go on second down. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. As we get set for a big 2-point conversion. It's a run with Mostert. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Second and 10. He'll look to throw. This is Robinson, and he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's back to throw. Pass complete to Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Niners, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on